Okay, good morning, YouTubers. I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but I wanted to do a little explanation here. It's a pretty spring day fixing to start. I'm gonna take you for a little ride and do a little explaining to you. When I first, let me get this thing going here.
Stages of planning an attack there. Belgian authorities continued their hunt.
Let me sit you right up there and turn off this. This is not working too good. Oh, let's see. Y'all bear with me. I got a coffee cup in here I got to deal with, and well, I guess I'll just have to toot you. When I first got into this YouTube deal, as some of you might know, the plan was to build a cabin or two up on a piece of property I got, and the YouTube was to kind of help me, keep me motivated, to stay busy and keep it going and let people know what it's like. But of course I found out that after I got started a little bit, my legs wasn't going to hold up. Didn't look like to do that project so well. So anyway, so there's really not much to make YouTube videos about. I'm just putting in a mobile home up there, and Kate and I have been plugging at it a little bit along and along. But I want to tell you, I'm going about down this little road I live. It's about 4 miles down to my local church. And this is what we've been up to just about for the last little while. Our pastor, preacher, we call him a preacher, a lot of people call him pastor. I call him a preacher. He was raised right around this curve here. He's the same age of Kate's oldest daughter. He's 51 years old, and of course the old house he was raised in is about fell down, and they got a new double wide in there now. His mama, that's where his mama lived, right there, and but she passed away a couple of years ago, maybe less than that. But anyway, he's 51 years old, and he's our preacher, and he's the one that baptized Kate. He's the one that baptized me, and I've known him all his life, ever since he was born. He was the last young'un out of, oh gosh, I don't know, 6 or 7. But his wife, a little over a year ago, well, let me take you out of that sun. A little over a year ago, his wife died, was diagnosed with bladder cancer. So that's been a pretty big deal in our church. She's a real saint. I mean, just a fine woman. Had 3 young'uns, 2 girls and a boy. All of them are grown now. As a matter of fact, the boy's got a little girl. So they got 1 grandkid. Well, the bladder cancer changed into bone cancer, and she just progressively got worse, and it's really took a toll on our church, on all of us. You know, when the church family, we're exactly that. We're a family. You know, when one hurts, we all hurt. It just affects all of us. And so here lately, I just haven't been in the mood to make a YouTube video. I've been doing a little work, but not much. And to compound that, I got two sisters, one brother-in-law, and he's a finder. I mean, I don't know of a better man on this planet than he is. He's a fine man. Well, he came down with some kind of cancer, they said, up in his sinuses and in his skull. And they didn't give us almost any hope at all of him surviving. Maybe 25% chance of survival. Right up in his forehead and all up in there. They couldn't do surgery. They gave him radiation and chemotherapy. Had to put a feeding tube in and all this stuff. I know that stuff is not really interesting. But anyway, so we've had that going on. I've been going back into the Jacksonville some to kind of see about them and help where I could. And but let's see. Last week, Miss Stephanie, our preacher's wife, went home to be with the Lord, as we say it. And that's exactly what she did do. So, you know, that was a pretty big deal for us. And I wanted to bring you and show you the little church that we go to. It's 4 miles from where I live. That's the old church building right there. That's our social hall now, right there. That's actually the church that I started going to when I was a youngin'. Of course, it's been added on to since then. It's been remodeled since then. And then after Kate and I joined this church down here in 2001, we got a new sanctuary built. And when I started coming to church here, I started coming down here to cut the grass. Of course, back then it was just that one little building back there to worry about. Now we've got all this out here cleaned up. So that turned into quite a little project for me. But it's what I do. You know, I just, I think somebody, if you're going to be a member of the church, you ought to find you something to do to help out, you know. I mean, something besides just paying tithes. Or given to the church, however you do it, you know, with your finances. I also like to be a participating member, so I do the grass cutting. Me and one of my boys does the grass cutting, and we've started a little cemetery back here, and of course it's growing too fast, but at any rate, I just take you a little quick tour through here. I try to keep this cleaned up the best I can. I have to cut this grass in the summer. I have to cut this grass every week. I mean every single week. And it'll still get ahead of you, seems like. Well, it does. See, I just cut this grass here last week. Of course, it's in the spring. It's not growing now. But, boy, when it gets going, man, it shoots up there. But at any rate, that's where I've been. I've been out of the mood to look at the YouTube videos. I haven't even been looking at any. And I most certainly hadn't been in the mood to make any. So that's what I've been doing. I just thought I would update you on that. And I almost forgot to tell you the best news. Last Friday, today is Friday. No, not last. Yeah. Last Friday, the doctors pretty much told my sister there was nothing else they could do for my brother-in-law. But they were going to go in and do well, I can't think of the word I want to use, biopsy. Anyway, they told her there could be a possibility. He's already had all this chemotherapy and all the radiation they can give him. They told her there could be a possibility that he had some mucus blocked up in there and they could get it out. and they would check on that tumor. They could still see it in there. The tumor was still there. Didn't look like it had shrunk at all, you know, and if anything, it looked like maybe it had grown a little bit, according to their MRIs and all that stuff they do. So, at any rate, that was on Friday of last week. So Wednesday was the day they done that. So, of course, in the meantime, I've been sick with a daggum strep throat, so I didn't get to go down there. Wasn't able to go because of that. They got in there, went up his sinuses and got all the mucus out they could. Then they cut a hole in his forehead up there. Of course, all that bone had already been deteriorated, so there's not much there. But they cut a hole up in there and got in there and got a surprise. The tumor wasn't there. Where the tumor had been, there was some tissue or membrane or something, I don't know exactly what, had folded over up in there. And that's what was looking like the tumor in the MRIs. So they put some packing in there that's supposed to deteriorate, and then he will, you know, they packed his nose with stuff. Now they've already taken some of that out. But the diagnosis is, looks like he's going to be fine. The doctor said that to the naked eye, of course they got to do some more tests, but he said to the naked eye, the best he could tell, there's no cancer. Looks like everything is fine. So that's a big prayer that we got answered. Now Miss Stephanie is going on to be with the Lord, and that shook us down to our core. She wasn't but 48 years old. A little too young to be going home, but then it happens. So anyway, that's where I've been. I'm gonna take you for a ride. I'm gonna go up to Mutt's place and show you what's been going on up there. So I'll leave you for now. Y'all have a good day.